Back with you on Get Up and to the college ranks where Alabama is making its 7th appearance in the college football playoff. The Tide have been strong in the semis, including a 17-point win over Notre Dame last season en route to winning the title. They routed Clemson 24-6 before beating Georgia in the national championship to claim another title. Those 6 points Clemson scored were the fewest it scored in any college football playoff game. And they were in the Cotton Bowl in 2015 playoff where they took care of Michigan State 38-0. The 38-point win is the second largest margin of victory in any college football playoff game. So now we welcome in Laura Rutledge. She is in Arlington for the Cotton Bowl, SEC Nation, NFL Live host, so many titles. So great to have you with us. And Laura, what can you tell us about Alabama quarterback Bryce Young and his mindset heading into this enormous game?
Yeah, you know, it's interesting, Ryan, because when you talk to Bryce Young, you almost forget that the guy is a freshman, right? He just seems so much wiser beyond his years than you would imagine. And a lot of the conversation has been around him winning the Heisman Trophy, right? And that's a great honor. But he has been so adamant to say in the lead up to this game that it is not about individual honors for him and is about their ultimate goal, which is to win a national championship. And I think, you know, sometimes that sounds like the good thing to say, right? But then you actually talk about it and people are like, oh yeah, I like my individual hardware. This guy is not that way. Bryce Young wants to win a championship. He feels that they are equipped to do so. He's going to have to do it without John Mechie, who's a huge piece of this offense, of course, who went down in the SEC championship game. Even more impact is going to be on Jamison Williams and what he can do in this game on Friday. And I think that's where you see Bryce Young almost putting a lot on himself, which is pressure that he's used to handling, right, Ryan? And knowing that some of it may come down to him, right, without one of their main weapons, to be able to say that he can get that done. That matters to him so much more than any individual accolade.
All right, it's the Nick Saban way, right? He has got these players thinking about team first, always. Now, what message are some of the more experienced Bama players conveying to other players in that locker room leading up to this game?
Yeah, so they have a leadership council on this Bama squad. A lot of other college football teams have this too, and it's really a group of guys that sort of decide how things are going to go for the team in any sort of week or any championship run. And so Will Anderson, the linebacker, is a big piece of this. And one of the questions that they had going in was how would they handle the situation with COVID? And of course, it meant they would have to limit a lot of their activity outside of just their game preparation. And so their leadership committee came together and decided that they would not leave the hotel. Basically, anything that happens for Alabama is amongst themselves at their hotel. They feel confident in that and trying to keep themselves safe and make sure that everybody can be out there on the field. And Will Anderson actually stood up in front of the team and said, guys, I won a national championship last year, and we had no bowl activity because of the pandemic at that time in 2020. And he said, it didn't matter. We still won a championship. So if anyone's upset about not being able to go out, not being able to go and socialize outside of the team, just remember that you can still win a championship. That's our ultimate goal. They are razor focused on that. And of course, that business-like mentality that we know Alabama so well for is very much a large piece of this team's mindset as they head into another, hopefully for them, championship run.
Sounds like they are all about getting it done. That's it. Just focus on the goal, focus on the business at hand, and let everything else take care of itself.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.